Hi, this is Tommy Victor from Prong. I'm going to show you all my gear. So, I have my own signature guitar, and if I can get the thing out of here, here we go. Tommy Victor signature model, Schecter guitars. It's really based on a Devil Custom that they put out and discontinued a long time ago that I fell in love with, and I made a couple of adjustments to it. One being this new Floyd, which doesn't have the screw in there, which always was driving me crazy. This one just stays perfectly. I use the whammy bar, and being a singer guitar player, I need to have steady access to it all the time. And I use the EMG standard Zach Wild. What is it, 51, 58, or what are those again, the EMGs?
Yeah, those are.
Yeah, so glow in the dark. Well, we can't see it. Glow in the dark fret notification dots. And my signature up here. The tuning is drop C tuning, which appears on like Prong cleansing and a lot of Prong stuff. So the string gauge I use is 56 to 11. And it's 56, 36, 18, 15, and 11. And they're Jim Dunlop strings, Dunlops. So I'm very happy with the gauge, happy with the guitar. It took a lot of experimentation to get to this point. And my tuning there is listed on the back, so it helps guitar techs like Alan Sosa over there to figure that out. CGC FAD. I'll go over my pickup configuration here. And these are two volume knobs for each pickup. I just keep them cranked because sometimes I'll switch to the front pickup for solos occasionally. Playing with Danzig, I use that a lot more because it's more of a classic tone. And then that'll switch up to that pickup, back down to the back pickup. And this is just a tone knob. This should be all cranked at all times. For more metal stuff, you're going to keep them cranked. So, which means all the way, turn to 10. So it's a Floyd Rose bridge, Floyd Rose. And it's staying in tune great. It's a very functional guitar, and gets a very heavy sound. Well, this is a D. This is a standard D standard, so it's D, G, C, F, A, D. And it's good to put that in the back there in case anybody gets confused, on the road and we're changing strings, etc. So when you tune up, you just make sure each string is tuned to that. And I use this as an equal part as I use the other tuning. Some of the Prong stuff is in a standard. So we start out the set with this guitar. And this is just a gloss version of the signature, and has a different inlay here. This is the Beg to Differ Puss Head Prong logo, where the other one had the modern Prong logo on it. So I like to have two different finishes so it differentiates. No one gets mixed up. We'll have this in D, the gloss is in D, and then the flat black will be in C. So it helps techs, and you're rushing around, and in the dark we know we have the proper guitar on for the songs that we're playing. Because both those other guitars that I've been using are with the trem bar, which means they're a locking tremolo pickup, bridge. It's good to have just a standard bridge guitar in case of emergency that I can tune this to either tuning. So this will go to the drop C or the D to D just by tuning pegs, normal standard bridge. So this is my backup. So this backup covers both tunings that are normally locked. So instead of having 4 guitars out, I'll have 3. I can bring this to anywhere I go with a 3 guitar lineup in order to do shows anywhere. So this is my backup for both tunings. So and this is a Tommy Victor model just with 1 pickup and a standard bridge. So I really like this one. It's very functional. I use this on recordings as well because I don't like to use for rhythm guitar any kind of trem system bridge, standard bridge for recording rhythm tracks. Hi, this is Tommy Victor from Prong. I'm going to show you my amps, my cabinets, and how everything's set up. It's very simple. Simplicity is my main objective when it comes to guitar rigs. And that's why I switched to a Kemper. It's a Kemper Profiler, and I have two different versions of them. This is what we call the toaster version. And if anybody's unfamiliar with this head, it's an amp profiler. So any kind of amplifier you have that you love, you could actually put the sound into this by profiling it, and then make all kinds of effects adjustments, adjust it as much as you want, add different cabinets to it, to your own design. Great for the studio, and I love it for live because this will fit in a Pelican case, and I could put it on my overhead and bring it overseas. It's a great traveling item, and everything can be stored on a flash drive. So if I go to Europe and they have Kemper Profilers provided at a show or a tour, well, my whole rig is actually on a flash drive. So it's very convenient. There's not a lot of travel expenses. It always sounds the same every day. And this is a powered item. So it's 600 watts. Powered Kemper, weighs what, like 10 pounds maybe at the most. I mean, it's the most convenient, amazing thing ever built for guitars, in my opinion. It's life-changing. It really is. Now I got the rack-mounted version too, in case I have the ability to want to have a spare and I throw it on the plane. It's good to have two items of everything on the road because things break. So you know, I've laid out the money, got a spare. I have either way I can go. If I can bring a rack mount, I'll take that. Otherwise, I could stick this on the plane as an overhead in a Pelican case. So it's just been fantastic. And you know, where I used to have a big pedal board and all this crazy configuration of wah-wah pedal and you know, a gate. You know, I have a noise gate right in the front of this thing, so it could cut out that ugly noise in between guitar chugs. It's right in the front there. If I need more reverb, and it's easy to store instantly, I just hit one button, and it's I highly recommend item. You know, it's a little pricey, but it's very boutiquey, but I'm very happy with it because you know what, I know that it sounds the same every day. When you have like tube amps and amps coming out with you, you're always like, that sounds different today, and then you start fooling around and you get into this whole vortex in your head about how things are, and you're worried all the time. This, I know it sounds the same. I just plug in and it rolls. So very happy with that, and it simplifies the whole thing because I don't have any pedals. It's a Friedman head brown hole. So it's one of the best tube heads I've ever tried out, and I found the profile for it that, I mean, it's identical to what the amp sounds like. So I'm divulging that for your benefit, but you know, but there's a lot of other amps that I had availability to that there's some great profiles out there on their website, and you know, they have this rig manager that you could get stuff online, and you can go crazy with it. It's a lot of fun. You know, I spent like 3 weeks on it, just really getting into it, figuring out the effects on it, and you know, I play it real simple. So if you really want to get in depth with a Kemper, you can do that. It's limitless, really. But right now, I'm using a Friedman profile on it. Well, this is the main cabinet I'm using. The great thing about these orange cabinets is you can daisy chain them, which means I'll take one output out of the speaker out on this, since this being a powered head. So this is the amplifier in here as well. This is the profile and amplifier. Throw that into the orange cabinet, and then I chain another cabinet on that side just right out of it. So this profiler powers both cabinets on both sides of the stage. This is for show. I got the black hearts up here. Due to expense, etc., I don't have a uniform cabinet, you know, backline. So we just pick these out, throw those on there, and it sort of confuses people a little bit what I'm using, but you get to know. This thing sounds amazing. I love these orange cabinets. It's like vintage Celestians in it. It's unbelievable. Just absolutely perfect. And the EVH sounds great too. I love those cabinets a lot. So I have a combination of a little bit of a different tone change coming from the same head into two separate cabinets that have just a little bit of a different sound to them. So it's been working out fantastic. You know, it took a long time to get to have gear that's steady and that I'm really happy with. And the Kemper Orange EVH combination for the actual sound has been really amazing for me. You know, so you know, how this all runs into the front is I use these very simplistic GE, what was it, G50 Line 6 wirelesses. I have a pack per guitar, and we just use an AB box. So essentially, the guitar goes into here from the wireless through the air into a wireless into an AB box. So right now it's on B. So that guitar, and then one output into the Kemper, and that's it. That's the only cables I have. So it's like, you know, again, when you're on the road a lot, people running around, cables all over the place. There's always stuff that goes wrong, especially being a singer guitar player. Having this snake that runs out to the front, it was always a distraction for me. And you know, troubleshooting anything that's wrong is really minimalized with this setup, because we don't have that many cables. I mean, essentially it's wireless, one cable into the amp, and that's it. You know, where years ago I had a pedal board with every pedal had its own another jack that would possibly get screwed with. You know, like, you know, playing with Danzig too. There's a lot. You know, Glenn runs all over the stage, and sometimes he'd actually destroy my pedal board. So now that's all eliminated. The only thing he could destroy is my FCB MIDI foot control, and this controls the different levels of gain of the same profile. So like this one will be the same head, a little more gain. This one with chorus, then this, and I have a lead thing, and that's it. I keep this really simple. So this just controls all the things that I had in a pedal board before with, like I said, the separate actual pedals. Is all done with the MIDI controller, and I will tell you right now, it's very easy to do. People sometimes go, oh, it's going to be confusing, because if you buy an FCB 10 MIDI foot controller, Behringer, you can order a Uno for Kemper chip to replace in that, and bam, you put that in and it automatically runs with the Kemper. So it's like for 10 minutes of exchanging the Epson chip inside there, this thing controls that, and then it's a breeze. It's like the most simplistic, easiest, low maintenance rig I've ever had, and you know, I need that because I just like to perform. I like to, you know, have memorize what I have here. Like here, I'll have a delay, reverb on stuff, and a chorus, and then there's a gate up here. So it's all the stuff that was in the pedal board. All my stomp box section up here, and then these are just different gains of the rig, and that's it. And then this has a wah-wah and a volume control on this. So the wah-wah actually sounds better than any like regular wah-wah I've had, in my opinion. I mean, it's so fast and so precise that, you know, I used it on the Prong 10 No Absolutes. We did all the overdubs, all the solos with that thing, with the toaster, and then all the wah-wah, all the effects. It's just, you know, modern technology is definitely something to look into, and brings you up to rapidity and getting sounds. It's a great thing. So being that I'm seeing a guitar player, I usually he has a setup. Usually I have this here. A lot of times I do wah-wah with this, so I keep a little space here. I like a straight stand, because then I can get right on it. It looks a little cooler to me. I have a stand that I could easily adjust, push up and down, you know, change around, reach over like this. So I bring my own stand on the road. It's really important, because a lot of these venues, they have stands that are broken, clips that are broken. This is really important that this is tight and works for me every night. I have to have my own stand with me, and my own mic, because germs. Like, you don't want to be sharing with 5 opening bands and guys spitting into it. Bring your own mic, clean it all the time. Shure 58, it's the only way to go. And you know, that's it. I have a pick holder here. Occasionally I'll drop a pick, or I'll throw it out to the fans, and then you know, I'll have them right there. So it's you know, all these just little things, simplicity adds to a show that could possibly be flawless. These are 88 Dunlops Tortex. They're pretty heavy, pretty hard. I notice a lot of guys use a lot thinner than I do. I use heavier gauge of everything, really. I mean, people like, oh, you play 56s. I mean, that's pretty heavy for, you know, a D to D tuning, and then I use heavy strings, and I like to dig in and feel like I'm playing something. So you know, that's pretty much it. Got a little prong written on my, so we don't get mixed up. Venue's stealing my mic stand. I need this.